Well, Kate, it's a little bit rainy right now. I'm standing here in Lippett Memorial Park. That's off Blackstone Boulevard in Providence. Now take a look at this behind me. You can see this sizable tree is completely toppled over here in this park. You can see the roots sticking out, and it is laying across the walk path here. Now, that is not the only tree, though. We're going to keep walking. There's this one just right next to it, a couple steps down, also laying just on the grass. Even back there, you can see another tree with its roots sticking out. And then there's even this little guy right here that has just been completely snapped in half, didn't stand a chance in these winds. And these trees are not the only thing to fall victim to today's high winds. Earlier this morning, one of our photographers capturing this footage of a trampoline tangled in some wires on Lakeside Street in Providence, near where Branch Avenue meets Route 146, and then down on West River Street in Providence.
I mean, this is our local park, and it's always interesting the day of or after a rainstorm to see how the landscape has changed, to see what kind of, trees have come down, branches, things like that. It's really kind of like, it's very impressive and very kind of humbling. And there's a lot today.
Now, police have closed the south lanes of Blackstone Boulevard just along from Hope Street to the end of the park here, as there is a bunch of damage. And there were also some utility workers out here earlier. It was a couple utility trucks, which is going to be all too common of a sight today as the cleanup continues across our area. For now, live in Providence, Jake Holter, 12 News.
Pawtucket had to close down City Hall this morning. They announced they were closing at 11:15 because the City Hall tower had various leaks and water damage coming in. Pawtucket public meetings are being postponed, including City Council and Municipal Court. Live pictures now checking in on Town Beach. This is a place we've been seeing fierce high waves all morning, especially at high tide. It's just one of the several places impacted around our area. So let's check in now in Narragansett at the Town Beach. Monitoring the waves, we go to Alex Torres-Perez. She's also showing us impacts across multiple parts of our area, including southeastern Massachusetts. Alex.
Kate, I'm currently here at Narragansett Beach where it is high tide, and I'm telling you, not even the best surfers want to be out in this water because it is all rough ocean. The beach is entirely gone. The waves are crashing against the walls and even flooding some of the roads out here. But this is only some of the impacts caused by this storm this afternoon. Take a look at this video over in East Providence where the bricks laid scattered across the Health Tracks parking lot after strong winds ripped through the facade off the building, leaving the walls bare, and classes are now canceled as the building inspector assesses the full extent of the damage over at East Providence. And those strong winds also knocking down power poles in Warren, and trees like a giant one in Bristol that we've shown you are now hanging on power lines. We've heard similar damage out in Taunton. Meanwhile, in Warwick, some students got to go home early today because the wind was causing an issue with the roof at Tollgate High School. And crews in Swansea even spent the morning battling two simultaneous house fires, which they believe could be weather related.
We suspect it was an electrical issue, something caused out in the street that energized both houses simultaneously. So it is a pretty rare occurrence.
And thankfully, as you know, the storm keeps moving, we haven't received any serious reports of injuries. If you can stay inside, I would recommend it, because just take a look. We're already ankle deep in this water, and it only gets worse as you go down the road here. This is just all in Narragansett Bay as the waves keep crashing into the walls and flooding the roads. Of course, we'll keep you updated with any more progressions of what this storm has left and any of the damages caused right here online at WPRI.com. For now, reporting live in Narragansett, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
There's a big one right behind her there. Thanks, Alex. More damage captured in southeastern Massachusetts. Crane Avenue south in Taunton. A wild scene of a massive tree snapped in half and tearing down power lines. No word of anybody hurt there. These are images, just one of many that came into the newsroom over the course of the morning. You can send us photos and video throughout the day through WPRI 12 News and the Pinpoint Weather apps, as well as through email. Just send it to reportit@WPRI.com. Looking live now at New Bedford, continued wet and gray conditions out there, along with wind keeping boats in the water, pitching and tossing. Another place it's warmer than you'd expect too in December. Now, throughout the morning, the big headline was the power outages impacting everything from school cancellations to travel. Erica Ritchie joins us now live in studio with the latest from state officials at the Rhode Island EMA that they were talking about just moments ago. Erica.
Yeah, Kate. And so, of course, a spokesperson for Rhode Island Energy said that power restoration will take time and will likely continue into tomorrow. That was the big headline that came out as it relates to these outages. State leaders briefing us from the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency in Cranston within the last 40 minutes or so. Among them was a spokesperson from Rhode Island Energy, the president of External Affairs. He addressed restoration of the massive amounts of power outages Rhode Islanders have seen today. Take a listen. Oh, well, actually, before we get there, let's go ahead and take a live look at the outage map. 33,000 customers right now in real time at 12:09 without power, 1,600 or so in Barrington, more than 2,000 in towns like Coventry, Cumberland, Pawtucket, Scituate, Warwick, Lincoln, North Smithfield, close to 3,200 in East Providence, which, by the way, has borne the brunt of the outages all morning long. To help with restoration, Rhode Island Energy has an additional 100 line crews in the area, 75 forestry crews, but it's still going to take a lot of time to get all that power back on because the weather hasn't died down yet. Now take a look.
Our bucket trucks can't, safely restore power lines, transformers, and the like until we have winds below 35 miles per hour. So a lot of the outage restorations you've seen so far, which is about on the order of 20,000, have been patrolling lines and being able to clear lines and restore those outages. There will be some time needed for us for those most severely impacted areas that have, some of our assets in the street, so to speak. And again, later this afternoon when the winds die down.
And it's not just Rhode Island dealing with the power outages. This is an outage map for National Grid, which handles all of Massachusetts, or a good portion of it. Close to 155,000 people without power there. Almost 26,000 of those are in Bristol County, Attleboro, Fall River, and Swansea, accounting for more than half of those customers who are in the dark now and this noontime. And as I mentioned, the outages, the high winds wreaking havoc on travel. All Block Island ferries have been canceled for the day today. More than 24 flights into and out of TF Green Airport are canceled or delayed today. At Logan Airport in Boston, the number of interruptions in the hundreds, and only cars, pickup trucks, flatbed trailers, and commercial buses can cross the Jamestown and Newport bridges at this hour. Kate, for now, I'll send it back to you.